Okay, we've all pictured it, right? That fantasy version of ourselves, waking up at 5 a.m., totally refreshed, a cup of coffee in hand, ready to just conquer the world. But then the alarm actually goes off. Yeah, that's the reality. Instead of that peaceful sunrise moment, the alarm screams, and it feels like your soul is trying to escape your body. So you just slam that snooze button like it personally insulted you. It's a horrible, draining way to start the day. So you have to ask yourself, why does this feel so impossible? Why does something so simple, just waking up, feel like this epic battle every single morning? Well, here's the thing they never tell you. You're not lazy. It's not a failure of your willpower. The real reason you can't get up early is because your entire approach, your whole system is completely broken. And today, we're gonna fix it. First things first, we have to start inside your head. We need to rewire your brain. See, this isn't about just forcing yourself out of bed. It's about understanding the psychology behind it all and changing the game from the inside out. And it really all comes down to this one idea from psychology, the dopamine reward loop. Just think about it for a second. If waking up feels like a punishment, your brain is always going to fight you on it. The secret isn't to fight harder, it's to give your brain a reward that it actually starts looking forward to the moment your feet hit the floor. And look, this reward doesn't have to be some huge, complicated thing. It can be super simple. Maybe it's putting on one specific song that just makes you feel amazing, or brewing that perfect cup of coffee or tea. Maybe it's just 5 minutes of stretching in silence. The point is to pick something you genuinely love, so your brain starts to associate waking up with pleasure, not pain. Because this right here, this is the battle that's happening in your mind every single morning. You're making a choice between two different people. There's the sleepy version of you, who just wants to stay comfortable, and then there's the 5 a.m. version of you, the person who commands the morning and builds the future. You have to consciously choose which one you're going to be. And that brings us to maybe the most important idea of all. Identity beats motivation every single time. See, motivation is just a feeling. It comes and it goes. But when you start to truly believe that you are the kind of person who wakes up at 5 a.m., your actions will literally have no choice but to fall in line. And this isn't just some fluffy motivational quote. It's actually backed by a really powerful psychological principle called self-consistency theory. It basically says your brain has this deep, powerful need to act in ways that line up with who you believe you are. So when you combine that dopamine reward with this new identity, you're not just changing a habit, you're basically rewriting your brain's entire operating system. All right, now let's get tactical. It's time to hack your morning. Because this whole thing is won or lost in those critical first 30 seconds after your alarm goes off. This is your new micro routine. It's totally non-negotiable. The alarm rings, you don't think, you don't bargain, you just do. Take a sharp inhale that'll jolt your nervous system, sit up immediately, no discussion, plant both feet firmly on the floor to ground yourself, and then you say the line out loud to reinforce that new identity we talked about. Now, if you want your most powerful weapon against that snooze button, here it is. It's called the 10-minute rule. It sounds ridiculously simple, but trust me, it is profoundly effective. Here's the deal. Your only job, your only commitment is to get vertical, to be on your feet for just 10 minutes. That's it. You're not trying to conquer the world, you're just standing up. And the science is so simple. The second you stand, your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, just plummets. Your body literally takes over and does the rest of the work for you. But here's the thing. A great morning doesn't actually start in the morning. It starts the night before. Real, consistent success at 5 a.m. is planned for and won a full 12 hours earlier. So I want you to start thinking about this as your new evening ritual, the 90-minute wind down. Your brain needs clear signals that you're, landing the plane for the day. So you set an alarm for 90 minutes before bed. And from that moment on, you just gradually reduce stimulation. You dim the lights, you stop doom scrolling, you avoid anything stressful. And you have to start treating this wind down alarm with the exact same respect as your 5 a.m. wake up alarm. It is not optional. It is not a suggestion. You will never, ever consistently wake up at 5 a.m. if you don't first learn to respect your 9 p.m. Now, let's be realistic. If you're currently waking up at 7:30, trying to jump straight to 5 a.m. is just a recipe for disaster. Your brain hates drastic changes, so this is where the reset method comes in. For just a few days, wake up only 20 minutes earlier each day.
It's a much more gentle, sustainable way to adjust your body clock without the shock.
And as one last part of that evening routine, try this. Before you go to sleep, just ask yourself this one simple question. This little act primes your brain to think about your future self, which makes it so much easier to make the right choices, both at night and when that alarm goes off in the morning. Okay, so you've rewired your brain, you've hacked your morning routine, you've prepped the night before. Now it's time for the final piece, building a no excuses system to make sure this actually sticks for good.
You need to burn this into your memory for when that alarm rings. That little voice in your head, the one making all the excuses, I'm too tired, just 5 more minutes, that voice is temporary. It only has power for about 10 seconds. But the feeling of regret you get from giving in, that can last the entire day. Your only job is to win those first 10 seconds.
And for those days when you need an extra push, here are a few little discipline hacks. Have an anchor task, something important you only do in the morning, like going to the gym. Get immediate bright light exposure to kill that melatonin. And if you really need a jolt, a splash of cold water on your face is an instant shock to the system. When you really boil it all down, this entire system comes down to one core idea. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is a terrible friend. It's never there when you need it. What you actually need is micro-discipline. Just the tiny bit of discipline to win the first 30 seconds, to stand up for 10 minutes, to set that wind-down alarm. It's all about those small actions repeated over and over again. And why are we even doing all of this? Because the rewards are so much bigger than just having more time. It's about the quality of that time. It's about the quiet, the uninterrupted focus, the incredible momentum it gives your entire day, and the deep confidence that comes from keeping a promise to yourself. It's about building an entirely new identity. So in the end, this isn't a chore. It's not something you have to do. It's a choice you get to make because of the person you are becoming. Every single time you beat that alarm, you are casting a vote for your future self. That version of you is waiting. The only question left is, what are you going to do tomorrow?